If you guys watch my channel every week, I am so sorry that you have to hear this over and over again, but yes, I am a performer on a cruise ship. This is where I live, so the only options I have for alcohol is what they sell on the ship in the crew bar. I've officially gone through every single alcohol they sell in the crew bar on the ship, so I have to start drinking the same ones over and over again. Whew. Sorry, that was just like a lot to get off my chest. Yeah, so I'm just now going to be repeating the alcohol that I've already had. I wish they let us bring alcohol in from port, but they don't. So here I am drinking this delicious Malbec from several videos before. It is the Terrazas de los Andes Malbec. This is actually my go-to wine on the ship. This is pretty much what I have in my room all the time. I can really count on this and the Red Zinfandel, so until they get new wines in, I'm gonna be over here drinking this over and over again. Let's be honest, as long as I'm drinking, does it really matter? I think this actually has a really good rating on vino. If you have not checked out that wine app, you need to run, do not walk, because it's basically what I live by. Today I'm doing something a little bit different. I decided to gather together all of the makeup that I really don't wear or I haven't worn at all for you guys on camera, and I'm just gonna do a get ready with me. As you can imagine, I have a lot of makeup and I probably only have about half of my makeup collection here with me on the ship. I could not bring everything because my luggage would have been insanely overweight and I had to be a little bit sensible, you know, since I'm living on a ship for 6 months. That being said, I still have a lot of makeup. So these are a combination of things. It's either a product that I got because I love the product itself and I decided to branch out and get kind of like a funky wild color, and therefore I don't use it that much. A couple of them are products that I bought in order to use them in a haul video and I just decided not to use it. A couple of them are BoxyCharm products that I just didn't get to review. And a couple of them are things that I may have used like once, but I completely forgot about them and I'm bringing it back. I'm starting out with a fresh face, no makeup, and I'm going to apply this Glam Glow Starter. It is a mega illuminating moisturizer in the shade Nude Glow. It says you can apply this evenly to face, wear alone, or layer with your favorite foundation. It can also be used on the neck and décolleté. So this is moisturizing. It also gives your skin a really nice dewy quality. I think this was a sample that I got at Sephora a long time ago. I actually really do like this. It kind of smells like a little bit tropical or something, so if you're a person who's bothered by scent, you might not dig this, but I'm gonna do what it says and just apply it to my neck because why not, right? Yeah, I mean, you can see this gives just a really nice dewy effect to the skin. It's not anything mega highlighting, it's not anything mega blingy. It's just a really nice way to moisturize, prep your skin for makeup, and give it just a little bit of natural glow. So I struggled to find a foundation concealer that I don't use that much because that kind of doesn't exist except for this Fenty matchsticks. I did use this when I first got it in a couple of videos and I don't dislike it. It's just something that kind of fell by the wayside because I'm just not a huge stick base person. So this is in the shade Linen. I am going to use this as my foundation and concealer. Not quite sure how this is gonna work. A lot of this is just gonna be kind of like, let's see how this goes. I'm gonna use a sponge to blend it out. I feel like the finished product, once it gets worked into the skin, is okay, but you kind of have to give it that extra love and care. Honestly, the reason I got this product was because I wanted the foundation when it first came out, the Pro Filter, and I could not, for the life of me, find it in my shade. I mean, I looked everywhere. Rihanna was busy, I don't know, rolling around in a bathtub of money, and I'm just over here struggling to find my shade. So I settled on this because the girl at Sephora was like, yeah, you could get that instead. That will probably work. And because I was so desperate to try Fenty, I bought it. Once it gets worked into the skin, I actually really like this. For me, I like it way better than the Pro Filter because the Pro Filter dries really quickly and it's really full coverage, which, you know, just really isn't my jam. This I feel like I can make look really natural, and then I can always go back into extra areas where I feel I need a little bit more coverage and build it up. So this is a really good alternative for someone who wants to get on that Fenty train but doesn't necessarily love a full coverage foundation. Again, I think the only reason I don't reach for this as much is just because it takes a little bit more work to make it look the way I want it to look. We're not in a hurry. Stop and smell the roses. Meditate. Go on a walk. Take some extra time to beat some Fenty into your face. So the next thing we're gonna do is use another color in the matchsticks, and this is amber. This is a contour stick. This is a great tone of contour if you have fair skin like me, because it's not super muddy. It's not gonna look orangey. It's just a really nice, light, cool tone brown. This product really is very nice. I just don't use it because I don't contour. I just don't. I don't know what to say. I just feel like really severe, like I have an intense brown line underneath my cheekbone. The only time I like contour is when I can't see it. But the only time I can't see it is when someone hasn't contoured. Anyway, the point is I'm gonna contour, okay? Okay, I'm using a kabuki brush to blend this in. Yeah, honestly, I feel like the only way I like contour is on film and in pictures and on stage. I'm not into it, but you know what? We're committing. We're getting in there. We're doing something new. We're trying something different. You know where I think it's most helpful and most natural? Right near where your cheekbone meets your hairline. That shadow is going to look the most natural. But if you bring it down, it has a tendency to look less natural. I mean, it really just depends on how gaunt you want to look. You know what I mean? You can just keep building that up until you look like Marlene Dietrich if you want. Now I'm breaking out my cloud paint in a color that I admittedly never use. So this is Dawn. There's nothing wrong with this color, and I actually think it's really fabulous. It's just not a super wearable color for me because, as you can see, it is a literal Bozo the Clown situation. Depending on your skin tone, this might be really stunning. I mean, on an olive skin tone or a darker complexion, this might be the ticket. I'm not mad about this. It's actually really pretty. Just go light, because if you go in too hard at first, you're gonna be looking a little bit like a Cheeto. And we all know how well that's worked for some people. I don't own a powder that I don't use, so I'm just gonna use my MAC Next to Nothing. I'm gonna use this eyeshadow primer, not the most exciting thing to use on camera, sorry folks. I do want to give it a whirl. This is from LUSH. It's called Angel Eyes Eyeshadow Primer, and it's in the shade Nude. It's a little bit yellow based for me, if I'm being honest, but whatever, it's fine. So you guys have probably noticed I'm wearing a lot of head wraps lately. I'm waiting for my mom to come on the ship. She is coming to visit me. My mom has done my hair since I was a little girl because she used to be a hairstylist, and she really is incredible. So my mom is someone who I really credit with giving me my fashion sense. She's always loved fashion. She's great at design. She's one of the most creative people I know. Any sort of eclectic fashion sense that I have definitely grew from her influence. I had a lot of people asking if I would do a video with my mom, which I think would be super fun. But my question is, what do you guys want to see us do? Let me know in the comments. I'm just gonna throw on some boy brow because, again, I do not own any brow products that I don't use. So I'm going to go back in with a powder blush. I'm going to break out my Wander Beauty Wanderess palette. This is the Dusk to Dawn palette. The blush shades are Tuscan Sunrise and Havana Nights. So I go in with a brush. I like to just kind of like dust it off on my arm. I feel like, again, women get very nervous about blush. They're just so scared they're gonna overdo it that they underdo it. That's why I love using a cloud paint, toning it down with some powder, and then going back over that with some powder blush. Just go a little bit further than you think is necessary, because blush is the first thing on your face to fade. If I had to choose one makeup product to apply before I ran out the door, it would be blush. I'd be giving you some baby eyes and some flushed cheeks. That is just the picture of health and youthfulness to me. So this is one of ColourPop's most popular single eyeshadow colors. I'm gonna post the name of it above because I can't see it anywhere on here, but I actually learned about this from Mariah Leonard. I think it was in one of her like top 5 wet look eyeshadows or something like that. It's just giving you some gorgeous taupe, a seafoam green sort of reflect, a little bit of purple in there. I just think it's stunning, and I don't know why I've never used it in a video. I just think this is brilliant. You know what I mean? People be over there using like 8 different eyeshadows on one eye. This looks like you worked hard, but you didn't. You just literally applied one eyeshadow with your finger. I'm gonna take a clean brush and I'm just going to diffuse any sort of a hard line. How stunning that is. ColourPop pressed powder eyeshadow I don't know the name of. Good job. So the next thing I want to show you guys is one of my favorite products in 2 shades that I don't really use a lot. It is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eyeliner. I think I got these shades on some insane deal at Sephora. It was like 50% off, and these were the only 2 shades left. So this shade is Alkaline, and it's a really gorgeous deep matte maroon. So on the Crew TV, they are playing the same episode of Downton Abbey on a loop. I could do a one-woman show of it. I'm about to lose my mind. Did you guys watch Downton Abbey? I loved Downton Abbey until the very last season where they had to wrap it up, and I feel like they made the whole season into a damn Hallmark Christmas special. It was just so schmarmy. So just revisiting this episode reminds me how much I loved that show, but also, don't come for me, how much I cannot stand the character of Cora. She's so patronizing. Almost her face is down toward the floor, but her eyes are up. It's very creepy. And all of her lines have the exact same inflection. Oh no, Robert, how could you? Mary must be absolutely destroyed. Oh, Edith, my darling girl. Well, I certainly don't think Bates would much like that. Shut up, Cora. She's almost got like a Carol Channing thing happening or something. What is that dialect? If I hear your whiny, condescending voice one more time, I'm gonna take you downstairs and throw you into Miss Patmore's oven. Okay, moving on to the Cobalt Blue. This shade is Chaos. I'm gonna take this and do our waterline with it. So the next thing I'm going to use is a mascara that I bought for a drugstore haul and I just never used it. This is the CoverGirl Full Lash Bloom. I don't mind the brush. I feel like it's kind of getting in between all the lashes. Hey, you know what? Actually, this is pretty okay. I mean, it's not gonna be my #1 mascara, but for a drugstore mascara, it's not bad. And I feel like I have pretty good control with the wand. Okay, so now we're going to move on to lips. For my lip color, I'm using this MAC Versacolor Lip Stain. This is a product that I really love, but I got this color, which is Long Distance Relationship. I think I got it as like a freebie for something, and admittedly it doesn't feel like the most wearable color, but let's see how it looks. I feel like it might be kind of a fun addition to this look. Whew! Purple. I really do love this product. I love to just use my finger to diffuse it, and that way it's a little less intimidating and intense. So I'm kind of just like slowly putting on a couple layers of this and diffusing each one. You can see in the tube, this is a little bit intimidating. It's not necessarily a color that most people would clamor to buy. Probably part of the reason why it was on sale or I got it as an extra. I feel like for just like a funky evening look, it's really stunning. You saw how the first layer of the lip color looked. You could just diffuse that out and it would look really natural. I was gonna put a lip gloss over this, but I'm kind of feeling this right now. I'm just gonna leave it be. So last but not least, we're going to do a highlighter. And this is a product that I got in one of my last BoxyCharms. So the company is Artist Couture and the product is called Diamond Glow Powder. The shade is called Purple Dream. Kind of like a sherbet situation going on. It's very blingy. I believe it was part of a festival themed box that they sent. Okay, oh my God, there are flecks in the air. I'm bathing in it as we speak. Ooh, yes. Ooh, that is very holographic. Actually kind of loving it for something different, you know? Ooh, I'm loving that duochrome. I think it's actually kind of gorgeous. This is actually a really fun finished look. I actually like all of the combination of products, and I never would have used them together if not for making this video and getting a little bit experimental. So in summary, as Cora would say, I think we learned something here, don't you? It's always good to try something new. Oh, Robert, how I do love this holographic highlighter. It's really something. All right, Cora, we've heard enough. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I had so much fun trying on makeup that I never use. If you guys are enjoying my content, please do subscribe, share, and like, and click that little bell right beneath the video with the parentheses around it. That is going to alert you anytime I drop a new video. Okay, bye.